Hey everyone, welcome back to Bowtech Live. Today is Target Tuesday. I know last week I promised to try to do this on Monday for you, but we were gathering some images that we wanted to share, and I didn't want to rush that, so I'm going to be able to share some great news from this past weekend. So what we're going to do today, we're going to do our Target Tuesday update like I had just mentioned, but we are also going to do basically an overview of what you're going to see with Bowtech Live this week, so you know when to check back and check out all this cool content. So let's go ahead and start with Target Tuesday. So those of you that are target archers or maybe just dabble in the NFAA a little bit, this past weekend was the NFAA Outdoor Field Nationals. This is a pretty big event, and it is actually the 5th stop in the qualifying tournaments for the NFAA Shooter of the Year. So it's a pretty big deal. There are a lot of tournaments across the NFAA that you need to be able to qualify for that Shooter of the Year. So if you've been following on social media, those of you probably have seen that Paige has done it again. She took first place. She took the top spot on the podium for the ladies pro class, which is, you know, we're really getting used to seeing Paige dominate across all the different disciplines, from World Cup, from NFAA, and she's just a great shot, and she's a great ambassador for in the archery realm. So the 3 ladies that joined her on the podium, Tanja Jensen and Hope Greenwood. So those are 2 names that are pretty synonymous with that podium spot as well. So, but I wanted to share some scores from Paige over the tournament. So if you're familiar with the Outdoor Field Nationals, it's shot in 3 different rounds. So you have a field round, a hunter round, and also an animal round. So in the first day, the field round, Paige shot a 630. The second day in the hunter round, a 643. The third day on the animal round, a 579 with a total cumulative score of 1852. So Tanja Jensen came in second place with an 1825. Hope Greenwood with an 1824. So second place and third place, there was pretty close gap there, but as you heard, Paige really led the pack on that #1 podium spot with very, you know, a huge gap, so which is great. So that's pretty typical from what we're hearing from Paige lately, so keep up the good work, Paige. I know she's headed to several tournaments. We were texting prior to this event about where she's headed next. So Ohio, Italy, I mean, I think there were 6 events. Paige, if you're watching, I apologize. I think there were 6 events that she has coming up, and then she's done for this year, which is a lot of events to go yet. So let's talk about the men's senior class. So Ron Barton, Team Bowtech, took second place in the senior pro division. So first place was Michael Braden. Ron was second, and Dwayne Price was third. So those are 3 big names again in the NFA outdoor area. So let's talk about how close this race was for this podium. So Michael Braden first place with an 1840. Ron Barnt second place with an 1838. And Dwayne Price third place with an 1837. I checked out the scores from each of the days on each of the rounds, and I believe Ron, correct, and I apologize if I'm mistaken here, Ron, but I'm pretty sure Ron actually led the pack considerably on the field round, and they swapped places a little bit through the hunter and the animal round. So it was really close competition. So that's what archery is all about. We love hearing that as well. So as promised, every week we wanted to do a share of a regional shooter that's really standing out from the crowd. And I appreciate that I've been getting a ton of images, so I'm going to try to share at least one every week, and that way we can give a shout out to the regional shooter. So I'm going to give a shout out to Meg Curtis this week. I know we've really featured Meg throughout the year on the ASA circuit. She has been a dominant force in the youth division, and we're really excited to see where she's going as she's moving up into her adult career here pretty quick. So this past weekend, or past week, 2 weeks ago, Meg shot in the Kentucky State tournament, and then the Alabama State tournament, ASA tournament this past weekend, and brought home #1 buckles in both tournaments. So that's phenomenal that she's going to Kentucky as well as Alabama and beating the crew there. And there's some great shooters in both of those states that shoot the ASA division. So congratulations to Meg Curtis, another job well done. Meg is actually headed to the ASA Classic here pretty quick. So really good luck to Meg, and I know you do well. Just make those shots, stay focused, and I think you'll do really well. And we hope to be able to share more from you next week, Meg. So all of you, keep sending in those photos. I want to be able to share more regional shooters and more of those folks like you, because it's pretty cool to see how well you are doing with your Bowtech bow. So keep them coming. So let's talk about some upcoming tournaments. So we're really starting to wrap up the year as far as competitive archery is concerned. So IBO National Triple Crown is coming up July 22nd. Actually, got my dates here wrong. So Pipestem, West Virginia. So I think I got my dates wrong here. So coming up. So we have ASA. Yep, I have my dates marked on here wrong. August 2nd through the 5th, the ASA Classic. So coming up here this weekend. So if you are in Coleman, Alabama, make sure you get out there and check it out. It's a great spectator sport. U.S. Target Outdoor Nationals, September 8th through the 9th in Yankton, South Dakota. Another stop on the NFAA circuit as well. We've got some stuff coming up, and we got the Buckeye Classic. I missed this one. Another USAC qualifier, USA Archery in Dublin, Ohio. So that's one that Paige Gore is going to be at. That is August 24th through the 26th in Dublin, Ohio. Additionally, in Dublin, Ohio, August 8th through the 11th will be the U.S. Open, the Outdoor Target Nationals. So those of you that are in Ohio, you get to be able to go there and check out Paige Gore and all of the pro shooters, Bowtech pro shooters there as well. So she's going to be headed out to Dublin, headed overseas, coming back to Dublin again. So she's going to be keeping pretty busy, as well as all of our other pro shooters, Gillingham and Aaron McGladdery and Danielle Reynolds. So man, safe travels to everybody there. Let's take a look at Outdoor World Cup. So September 29th through the 30th, Samson, Turkey are the World Cup finals. So that's a big event from Shanghai, Italia, Salt Lake City, and Germany have really led up to this event in the World Cup finals. So I believe we're going to have a pretty good representation as well at the World Cup finals. So a huge event. World Field Championships, September 4th through the 9th in Cortina, Italy. Big, huge qualifiers gone pretty much all year long. I know Paige was excited to be able to qualify for the World Field Championships in Italy, as well as many of the pro shooters. And last but certainly not least, the European 3D Championships. That's a mouthful. European 3D Championships in Sweden, September 18th through the 22nd. I cannot speak today. 18th through the 22nd, again, in Sweden. So wrapping up, it's getting pretty short. People are going to start thinking hunting here pretty quick. So get out there and shoot these events. It's great prep for the hunting season coming up. I know we're about 3 weeks away here in Oregon ourselves. So one thing I want to share is all this big Bowtech live content, just like Target Tuesday we have coming up this week. So let's start out with today. So right now, Target Tuesday. Tonight is Big Game Hunting Tactics with Nate Zielinski at 7 p.m. So if you were able to join us last week, Nate is out getting ready for his big sheep hunt. So tonight will not be live. We'll be rebroadcasting one of the past year's event, but it's a great opportunity to get in there and get some great information about big game hunting, especially elk hunting. So good luck to Nate if you're out there watching us right now. Nate is actually going to be attempting to check in, and he has a pretty decent signal out there, I believe, but in Colorado. He's going to be checking in on our Instagram page through the week, giving an update about how the sheep hunt is going as well. So make sure you watch on Instagram, check back and check out our story each day, because you should see a pretty good update from Nate Zielinski. So tomorrow, Wednesday, Wild Game Wednesday with the outdoor chef Jonathan Collins. So He has sent me a note that he is going to be cooking pan-roasted grouper with jalapeno citrus rice. So he's hitting the fishing pretty hard right now. I know he's been out with Jeremy Starks from Whitetail 101. They've been doing a little bit of the fishing thing. So that is what you can expect tomorrow with Chef Jonathan Collins every Wednesday night. Also Wednesday night is Elk Talk with Randy Newberg at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So again, all these times are Pacific. Randy's actually prepping to, I believe, go on an Alaska hunt here at the end of the month. So this is a good opportunity to get in there and catch him live, because at the end of the month, we'll be doing some rebroadcast of his past events. That way you can still get those awesome Elk Talk tactics as well. But and he'll be giving some updates on his Alaska hunt as well as everything progresses there. Thursday, as always, Rod Dog is back. So we have Tech Talk with Rod Dog. So last week he was able to share some of his past bows. If you watch this, he's always talking about what his favorite bows are, and we've done we tried to pry that destroyer out of his hands, and we finally did with the Realm X. So check back Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific, and we'll have Tech Talk with Dog. So get home, grab some dinner, crack open a beer, and make sure you watch us, because I know East Coast is going to be 6 p.m. So I want to make sure you all are able to check that out. Friday, we did it last week, and we had some great photos. So Whitetail 101 Trail Cam Update is back. So those of you that have not done it yet, make sure you download the Covert Trail Cam app. And then if you go to the guest login, it's easy. Just log in with the word Bowtech. Type it in, and then you'll be able to access 3 different cameras that Jeremy Starks and David Miller have posted out there out east. And there's a ton of pictures. I know the one, I think camera 2 and 3, the card was actually full, but there's some great images on there. And there's actually one buck that Jeremy shared with us last week, Cocky Jr., and he's making his way around. And I was actually talking to Jeremy a little earlier, and there's a couple other good bucks showing up on the cams. I think he's got that all the cards cleared off. So get in there and check it out, because Jeremy is going to hit us up Friday morning and talk about what those bucks are doing, what the deer in general, there's a lot of doe on there as well. We've got some bear on there. He's going to talk about what they're doing and kind of why they're doing what they do, and how you can really strategize with a trail cam and kind of plan how you're going to hunt this coming season. So it's a pretty good event to make sure you don't miss. So I really recommend you check that out. So all week long, every day, we have some great Bowtech Live content coming at you. So we're going to make it really easy for you to know when this content is live. So all you need to do is text the word GO LIVE, GOLIVE, to the number 77453. Then what we'll do is we'll shoot you a text right before we go live. So those of you that have done that, you probably received a text from us today that Target Tuesday is up to bat. So make sure you do that. Text GO LIVE to 77453. We've got all this really cool hunting content coming up for you. So make sure you check it out. Speaking of hunting, we've got a nice whitetail deer behind me. We have a great opportunity to win 2 epic trophy hunts. You can win one of 2. You can't win them both. We have 2 epic trophy hunts. We have an elk, all-inclusive elk hunt in Colorado with Nate Zielinski. We just talked about him a little bit earlier. He's been out there hitting it hard, prepping for this hunt. So it's an, again, all-inclusive elk hunt in Colorado with Nate Zielinski. We also have an all-inclusive hunt in Illinois, whitetail hunt in Illinois, with Mike Stroff from Savage Outdoors in the One. Again, if you know this guy, he has some huge deer on all of his property. And this is an opportunity for the general public to hunt a property that normally you can't hunt. He doesn't guide at this. He doesn't take reservations. Generally, this is a property that he takes VIPs to. So you know there's going to be some big bucks there. We interviewed him last week. He was able to share some of the deer that he's seen out there. A couple of the deer that are still alive from the past several years that are absolute monsters. So if you haven't checked it out, go back to check it out. I think it was last week on Tuesday we interviewed him. So that's available there for you to watch. I recommend you get in there and check that out. Again, we're going to make this one easy for you to enter the sweep. So all you need to do is text the word HUNT, HUNT, to that same number, 77453. What we'll do is we'll shoot you a text. There is a link in that text to go enter these sweepstakes. So just by texting this doesn't mean you're entered. You go to that link, and what we're going to do is we're going to give you kind of a pop quiz, and it's really not a quiz because there's no wrong answers. There's a few questions on each that's going to help us gauge your level of knowledge in whitetail hunting and elk hunting, so we can produce all this really, really cool content and really know what you want to learn more about. So get in there. There's 3 questions apiece. Answer those questions as honest as possible. Again, there's no wrong answers. At the end of that, there's an opportunity to put in your information and enter those sweepstakes. So get in there and get it done. I recommend getting on that elk sweepstakes because it's almost done. I think, Nolan, August 10th we're done? I think August 10th, man, you guys got to get in there and enter that. It is coming down to the wire. So last opportunity to enter the elk sweepstakes because, again, Nate Zielinski is working hard to make this happen for you. And again, he's been sharing a lot of updates every week on what he's seeing, a couple things with his phone scope. So I recommend get in there and check it out. So again, Bowtech live content all week long. Make sure you come back and check us out every single day. Thanks for joining me today on Target Tuesday. Until next time, have fun and shoot straight.